Even the Devil Does God's Work, Everlasting Abundance, LLC, Chapter 1. The Benevolent Facade, the humid Georgia air, thick with the promise of a summer storm, clung to the streets of Atlanta like a second skin. But here, on the corner of Merritt and Fourth, a different kind of warmth permeated the afternoon. It radiated from the bright red brick of the Mount Zion Baptist Church, its steeple a proud, if slightly weathered, sentinel against a bruised twilight sky. This was the heart of Reverend Elias Wilson's domain, a vibrant, beating, organ-pumping lifeblood into a neighborhood that had long known the sting of neglect. Beneath the shadow of the church, the Mount Zion barbershop buzzed with a familiar rhythm. The snip of scissors, the hiss of shaving cream, the low murmur of men discussing everything from the Falcons' latest performance to the ever-present struggle for steady work. It was more than just a place to get a haircut. It was a confessional, a boardroom, a community center, all rolled into one. Here, Reverend Wilson, his broad frame comfortably ensconced in a worn leather barber's chair, was a king in his own right. His voice, a resonant baritone that could soothe a troubled soul or command unwavering attention, wove through the tapestry of conversations. He'd often lean in, a sympathetic ear, a wise counsel, offering not just a trim, but a dose of spiritual fortitude and practical advice. A young man, barely out of his teens, his brow furrowed with worry over a looming eviction, found himself engrossed in conversation with the Reverend, who, with a few carefully chosen words and a discreet hand on his shoulder, seemed to dissipate the boy's anxieties as easily as he'd once dispersed dust from a gleaming pulpit. Across the street, the gleaming steel and glass of the Wilson Construction Company headquarters stood in stark contrast to the more utilitarian architecture of the surrounding blocks. Yet, it too was a testament to the Reverend's vision. Blueprints lay unfurled on polished oak tables, the air alive with the hum of industrious activity. This was where dreams were laid, where foundations were dug, and where futures were built, brick by tangible brick. From the towering office blocks that were reshaping the city's skyline to the affordable housing projects that provided safe havens for families, Wilson Construction was a tangible force for progress.